Why is it that people from 200 or 300 years ago were able to afford these lavish tombstones and burial plots, and now people are lucky if they can even afford a flat one that you can barely see when it gets covered over by grass? I know I have relatives buried in here, I just don't know where they are. There is a kid I went to high school with who's buried in here. A bit down yonder. He was I believe a junior in high school when I was a sophomore or a freshman. I can't remember. He died in 1997. Him and his friends were drunk, and he climbed up a tree and then jumped on top of a car. And when he fell, part of his pants got stuck in part of the car, and the car drove off with him rolling down the street. And they didn't know it until he was already dead. If I bother to walk that far down, I'll look for it. Sad shit, but that's why you're not supposed to drink. If you're going to, don't be fucking stupid. This is the end, my only friend, the end. I'd get buried in this cemetery if I had to, but I'd rather die in France. I'm not on the right side of the cemetery to find that grave. I know he died in 97 because I graduated in 99, and I'm pretty sure he would have been 2 classes ahead of me. Look at all this empty land. I'm starting to think it's corporate greed that makes it impossible to afford these elaborate stones and not a lack of space. Because if you live anywhere in New York besides New York City, you're almost entirely surrounded by woodland and cemeteries. I've been surrounded by them all my life. They used to creep me out, but after a while, it's just walking through a cemetery. Can't remember that kid's name. I love this city. I just hate the American government. All they care about is making life as miserable as possible, and I'm over it. Yeah, let's check this one out. Paul C. Guadagno Antonelli. There's a tombstone carving place across the street from the cemetery. I'm pretty sure that's the side where the kid I knew was buried. I think he has a flat tombstone though. I don't remember. The coolest part about this side of the cemetery is that once you cut through those bushes, you can walk a train track that hasn't been probably used in 100 years. And it doesn't really seem all that exciting, but animals run through there. All right, where is this kid buried? I also don't edit these videos because I've never gotten paid to use social media, and I've been using social media since 2006. And so that I don't sound like a complete dickhead, I'm really tired of all this AI green screen shit that's making it impossible for people to differentiate between reality and fiction. Nothing can be real anymore. Everything has to be a waste of money spectacle that nobody cares about. All right, where are you? Yeah, if I were to walk through that pile, a steep slope about 5 feet, and then I'd be on the train tracks. And if I find this kid's grave, I'm probably going to go down those train tracks. Because it's been a while. I used to walk that train track. I probably walked it 100 times in my life. And then I broke my back, and everything about walking became a massive inconvenience. I can only walk right now because I'm pilled up out of my skull on all the medications they gave me, and none of it is even pain medicine. They gave me gabapentin, but all that does is make me itch my arms like a heroin addict when I forget to take it. These got to be some lonely graves. Did he have a flat grave? I don't know. I have fond memories of the 1980s, but I can't remember where this kid's grave is. See, you can barely even see this grave, and it's probably more expensive than the hilariously gigantic ones. Doesn't make any sense. Cuddy rings a bell, but that wasn't him. Now that I'm here, I kind of don't want to leave. I kind of want to record the entire thing. It ends eventually somewhere down there, but I'm not going that far. There's too much to see over here. I'm pretty sure there's a mausoleum where one of my great aunts is buried. She helped me keep my head on straight when I was in high school because I wanted to kill myself every day. I hated it. Maybe that's why that kid got drunk and ended up dying. Miserable. All-male high school. You wonder why kids who go to all-boys high schools aren't well adjusted in life. It's because they didn't get to understand women when they were in high school. Because they had to be in fag classes with a bunch of fags who like fagging each other. And I can say that because after our gym classes, they used to try to make us take showers in the gym room. Or in our gym shower, or whatever you want to call it. That was when I knew I was never going to be an athlete. No shots at you athletes, but I'm not into that shit. Especially when they're encouraging you to the point of pressuring. I was happier just sweating for the rest of the day and going home and taking a shower. Maybe I can't see his grave because it's covered with grass. I have another brother buried in a grave directly on the opposite side of this one, but I don't have the physical endurance to do that after this. I only came here because you get tired of being barricaded in a one-bedroom apartment every day, especially when it's nice outside. Gotta sit down for a second. That Chico? probably not going to find it because it's probably buried under grass. This is Holy Cross Cemetery in Buffalo, New York, too. If any of you graveyard people are looking for famous cemeteries to go to, I guess you could call this one famous because Father Baker is buried here. And if you don't know who that is, you got to learn yourself some knowledge. See, these are nice. Not the point, just the design. Smith, mom and dad, Brian, son and brother. Man, he didn't live very long, that sucks. Huh. Yeah, I'm not going to find it, but I'll finish off these plots. Yeah, and I don't mean to speak ill of the dead, but if that's the Mont Boots O'Shea, I think it is, and that guy was a dickhead. At least as a Little League football coach he was. I was 12 when he was coaching me, so rest in peace, but you were an asshole. Get out of here, B. That was your problem. of want to know if I know who those people are. Colby Krug was his name. I probably won't find his grave, but at least I remember his name. I'm not going to find it. I tried though. Damn. Talk about recent. Oh, that sucked. Never mind. Look, see? A deer. What's up? You're on YouTube. Hi. How you doing? What's your name? Where's the rest of the crew? Look, there's two of them. What's up? I'm not hurting you. I don't like hurting animals. I don't see the value in it. I just want to see if I can get an up close shot of you because this glare is probably hurting people's eyes. Hi, what's up? What you doing? Hi. Hi guys, what's going on? You're okay, you don't have to run. Look at you with your tongue out. Is that your tongue or am I going blind? Hi. I'm not going to hurt you. That's not what I'm here for. Making you famous. I just don't know your names. What's up? I don't know what to tell you if you're looking for grass to eat. Your tongue is hanging out. It's got to be your tongue, right? Yeah, your tongue. You must be tired. It's okay. I'm not going to come over there. You're fine. I won't hide behind a bush from 300 yards away and blow your head off like some fake tough guy. You're fine. Adios. '89.